So I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this by now, but in case you haven't, Mickie James recently went on social media onto Twitter and posted a picture. You'll see it in the thumbnail here. Basically, WWE um, sent her a care package, and the care package they sent was in a trash bag. And when I saw this, I was like anybody. Well, actually, I was like anybody else. I was like, what the f? You know, what's going on here? So, long story short, basically, with any job, when you're let go, especially with a major corporation or whatever, you're given a severance pay or a care package. Something nice, something to basically say thank you for all your years of service. Well, well, Mickie, she wasn't sent something like that. Instead, she was sent a trash bag as her care package. And, Mickie, you know, being who she is, was respectful about the situation. She went on social media and she said basically to Vince McMahon, "Hey, you might want to be aware of this. Somebody in your talent relations or somebody that's responsible for sending the care packages out, letting people know that they may not be needed anymore and giving them the release. Yeah, they sent me this." And apparently, word quickly spread throughout WWE, not just obviously Vince McMahon, but to more so Triple H and Stephanie, who came out and apologized. They publicly apologized for what happened, both of them. Stephanie apologized for it, Triple H apologized for it, and they both basically said that the person responsible for this is no longer with them. Is no longer with the company. They fired them basically on the spot. Now, apparently, this isn't the first time that WWE has done this. Apparently, WWE and whoever was responsible before, if it was the same person or not, had done this prior with the likes of Maria Kanellis, Gail Kim, and Jillian Hall, and who knows how many other men and women or men talent, previously or around that same period of when they were released. Who knows how many other talents, men and women, I should say, got the same treatment. But yeah, this isn't the first time. There have been other incidences of this happening. And, to me, it's like, it gets me asking the question of, how would you feel? I mean, for those that want to defend this, and there are going to be those that do, here's a question. How would you feel if your job that you were with for X amount of years, that you took a break from, went somewhere else, remastered your craft, kind of got a little bit of a little bit more of a, revigoration for your love of the business, came back, rejoined the company, stuff like that. How would you feel if after all that, and you realized, okay, maybe it's time for me to slow it down, hang it up, contribute elsewhere, if you will. How would you feel if they told you, hey, respectfully, we got to let you go because of budgets and we don't have nothing for you right now? And you, out of respect and being the person you are, came out and said, oh, I understand. I understand you got to do what you got to do. And I am grateful for the opportunity you gave me, thankful and all that. How would you feel that after all that respect you give, that the care package your company promises you comes in a trash bag instead of something like formal or formal, if you will, like a formal envelope or whatever? How would you, or formal box or something like that, whatever the case may be, how would you feel if all of a sudden you get a knock on the door and all of a sudden somebody says, "Okay, here you go. Here's your belongings. Here's your care package, and it's a trash bag with your name put on a sticker." How would you feel? How would you feel? You wouldn't like it, right? You wouldn't like it. You'd be pissed off. Is what you would be. Well, Mickie James isn't that kind of a person. She's respectful. She's kind. And, she's been with this company on and off numerous times, and she kind of sees what's going on. She kind of has an idea, which is why she basically told Vince McMahon, on social media, she called him out and said, yeah, you might want to be aware of this. And that's why Triple H and Stephanie were quick to respond and say, look, we apologize for this. This is embarrassing. This is not the image we want. And the person responsible for this is no longer with us. And apparently the person responsible is by the name of Mark Carrano. Now, Mark Carrano was the guy that basically would call up and let people know whether or not they were gonna, remain on, probably, get an extension, get a raise, whatever, or in some cases, like recently, be let go, because they either had nothing for them anymore, or they just can't chance them being put back in the ring because of concussion or injury proneness or whatever. So yeah, apparently he's the one that's taking the fall for this. And what's funny is I was listening to Just Alex just a little bit ago, and there was somebody that commented in the live chat saying that Bruce Pritchard's the one that is the director of Mark Carrano. In other words, Mark Carrano, in a sense, I guess, answers to Bruce Pritchard or something. So now the question is Mark Carrano just a scapegoat so that Bruce Pritchard or whoever was responsible, John Laurinaitis, Kevin Dunn, doesn't have to take the fall? People are wondering that. Now some have come out and said that Carrano has been shown to be a total dirtbag, so who knows? It might be him, but we don't know. Some are speculating whether or not it is him, and some are speculating that he's just going to be the fall guy that takes the blame, and the person behind it gets away scot-free for the time being. Whether that's Pritchard, Dunn, or Laurinaitis, we don't know. A lot of fingers are pointing towards Pritchard, and some are pointing towards Dunn, but more so towards Pritchard, because apparently years ago Bruce made a move on Mickie, and she didn't want none of it. So, and apparently Bruce has always had it out for Mickey's husband, Nick Aldis, who's the NWA World Champion right now. So you have to wonder whether or not this is just Bruce's way, through Mark Carrano, of getting back at Mickie for not giving him what he wanted, not putting out for him, and maybe also to send a message that, hey, I still have it out for your husband. So we don't know. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a clear answer down the line. And if it is Carrano, you got to wonder why. Was he attracted to Mickie? Did he want her to put out? I don't know. So who knows? I mean, apparently there is some talent of people behind in talent relations like Dunn and Pritchard and maybe even Carrano that just never looked at certain women athletes like a Mickie James, like a Billie Kay and whatever, and all and got who they were. Never understood who they were. Never kind of wanted to accept what they could do and contribute. So it makes you wonder if maybe doing this is though doing this to Mickie and then previous talent like Maria, Gail, and Jillian, it should make you wonder if that's their way of saying, hey, we just don't like women's wrestling. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, this is not right. This is not right, and this is not the right look. This right now. This is not what WWE needs coming off the heels of one of the more successful WrestleManias. This is something that they need to fix, and they need to fix now. And not just with an apology. They got to make sure this kind of stuff doesn't happen again. Because the question, once more, to those that might want to defend this, how would you feel if your job, that you go and then promise you a care package or a severance package, and you're thinking you're going to get something nice and formal in the mail or delivered to you, and then instead you get a trash bag? How would you feel? You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't like it. So, to me, this is not good for WWE. This is not a good look for them. And they definitely need to do something about this immediately, because There's going to be a lot of people that, even though this might be small and insignificant in the eyes of some, will definitely take this and ride with it as far as they can go. To the point that WWE may not have any other choice but to turn over a new leaf and be like, okay, maybe we do need to structurally change for the betterment of our company and for how we represent ourselves. But yeah, this is not good, because it's like, why would you do this? And again, with Mickie joining a list of Gail and Maria and Jillian, it makes you wonder how many other talent men and women, that have worked for the company have gotten, legends, Hall of Famers, if you will, have gotten this kind of treatment, and have not come out about it, have not come forward about it. Makes you wonder. But let me know what your thoughts are. Comment down below. Let me know how do you feel about this? How would you feel if your job did this to you after they let you go after years of servitude? How would you feel? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. I love to hear from each and every one of you on this. And I am out. Peace. God bless. Get vaccinated. Stay safe. But again, let me know what your thoughts are, because this this is not a good look for WWE. It's not. I mean, Mickie was grateful and respectful about it, just saying, hey, look, you might want to be aware of this. But still, respectful or not, this is not a good look for them. And whoever is really behind this, whether it was Carano, or it's just him taking the fall for someone like Pritchard or Dunn, or even Laurinaitis, hopefully the truth comes out. And if it is Pritchard or Dunn, maybe this is, as the old saying goes, maybe this is God's way of saying it's time for them, to take, maybe it's time for them to move on to other ventures outside of wrestling. But let me know what your thoughts are. Comment if you like, and I will talk to you all later. Stay safe, get vaccinated. I'm out.